recovering from the COVID booster and trying to get back to work on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous Meatball Dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Man, have I been down for the count. If you watched my last video, I went and got my booster, vaccine booster, COVID booster, Monday afternoon, 3:30. And I didn't feel too bad after that. A little, funny, but not too bad. Boy, the next, by 2 o'clock the next afternoon, Tuesday, which would have been yesterday, the 28th, man, I was down for the count. I was shivering, I was frozen. I was sitting there on the couch in my jacket with a comforter over me, and I'm shivering. It was ridiculous. I felt terrible, and I felt terrible most of today. It wasn't until about 7, 8 o'clock tonight I finally started feeling good. Today's Wednesday the 29th. And I finally am feeling a little bit semi-normal again. But wow, I don't remember being that sick off the first vaccine. I know I got it back in June or whenever it was. I remember I had to pick up a load in Denver, made it halfway across Kansas and had to stop, and I slept for like 19 hours. But outside of just feeling really tired, I don't remember getting, all this other stuff. Yes, I've still been fighting that cold for like 3 weeks now, and that's why I went ahead and scheduled the booster for Monday, because I was feeling better. I was feeling almost normal. I guess I shouldn't have done it then. I should have waited longer, because then that just made the cold I had just got worse, and I felt terrible. I mean, I felt so bad. I was crying. I was bad. My wife knew I was bad when I'm like, Finally, this evening, though, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, so back out here again, trying to see if maybe I can get something done. So where we left off on Monday, you saw I got that other board up there for one side of the cabinet I'm putting up. I added more paint late Monday night to the other one, and it's still sitting out there. It's been drying now for over 2 days, so it should be ready to go. So at least maybe I'll try to get that up there. I had to go get a couple of the make-your-own brackets again. I have 2, so I should be able to at least hang it up with the 2. I left the other one in the house. I hate to go now and bug my wife, so I'll do that tomorrow. But maybe at least I can get that board hung up, so I can feel like I got something done. I do have to show you a couple things. Sarah Muller, she paints rocks, and she had said she wanted to send me some. She's 80 years old, and she said she does this, for various people. It makes them feel better, brings them to people who are sick, people who aren't feeling well and all that. And so she sent me some painted rocks. I gotta show those to you. She's on Facebook, facebook.com, facebook.com at Sarah's Painted Rocks. Don't know if you can see that very well in there, but there you go. So this one is really cool. This is a cactus in a flower pot. Painted all very nicely. Isn't that great? Get the light in a little bit better spot here. Thought that looked really cool. She sent me a whole bunch of them. She said she wanted to make sure I especially had the ham. So she found a rock that was kind of sliced like a ham, and so she made a ham with a little pineapples on it. How cool is that? Here's an M&M. Let's see, she did a pumpkin. Whoop, it's a rock, at least if I can drop it. She has a Jesus is my rock, painted on a rock. Appropriate. This one's really cool. The flag with fireworks on it. She did some really cool stuff here. Here's a rock that's an ice cream cone. How about that? Love this. And let's see, there's 2 more down here. This one's a little ladybug with little eyes on it. Little ladybug, very cool. And this is my favorite one. Here's just kind of a little beach scape. She's 80 years old. Look at it. I can't paint this well. I could never paint this well. And she's doing this at 80. You've seen my sketches. You know what mine would look. I always say I draw square dogs. Look at this. That is cool. Very, very cool. So, Sarah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And I had shown you a couple of the gifts my son had got me, my older son, Justin. But look at this. This is something that my daughter gave me. Rush. If you've been following my channel at all, you know Rush is my favorite band. They are the best band in the world. Neil Peart, unfortunately, recently died. But this was, it's called Icon. It's a limited edition exclusive white vinyl record. So you got, of course, Geddy Lee, Neil Peart, Alex Lifeson. It's got some of their biggest hits on there. It's got Working Man, which was their first ever hit, by the way. One of the only songs, by the way, also not credited by being written by Neil Peart, because he writes the lyrics for all the songs, except that was before he joined the band. Fly By Night, Twilight Zone, Closer to the Heart, Circumstances, Free Will, Tom Sawyer, The Analog Kid, Red Sector A, Marathon, and Force 10. All in this exclusive Rush Icon. I just love it. And I had to pull it out and look at it, and it really is a white vinyl. Check that out. How freaking cool is that? So my sister gave me a $40 Amazon card. So I went on, since I don't have a turntable currently right now. I have one, but it has to be connected to a whole system. I have one from the old days, back from when we were in radio. But I found this great little Victrola one for $51. Little shoebox, or not shoebox, but suitcase one. That arrived the other day. I haven't had a chance to play my album yet, but Rush, baby. Can't go wrong with Rush. Right, Clydesdale? You know what I'm saying, baby. Oh, and I got my annual package from Turquoise Trucking. They sent me a hat. Ah, sporty, isn't it? A couple of pins. A couple of Turquoise Trucking pins. So it says Turquoise Trucking, and if you can see right there, it says, "Book it, send it." Bo, who was my dispatcher, now my dispatcher's Ray. That's what he always says when he's on the phone with a broker. He's like, "Yeah, can you do it for $4,200?" And the broker says, "Yeah, we can probably do that." He's like, "Book it, send it. Book it, send it." So that's the phrase on the pin. I thought that was hilarious when I opened that. Then they sent a little holiday card from Turquoise. You know, happy holidays, ho ho ho, greetings, blah blah blah, the Turquoise family. They gave me my IFTA stickers and my New York Hut sticker. Gonna need those when I get back out here. So they sent that, and they also sent another Christmas present. Got a hoodie. Nice one. See, it says Turquoise Trucking on the back. Little Turquoise Trucking on the front, right there. It's a hoodie, and it's even a 4X, so it'll probably fit me. So there you go. So my Christmas presents from Turquoise, gotta love it. Does your company send you Christmas presents? Something to consider. I've been with them 4 years now. Those guys are great. I have nothing but good things to say about them. So if you're an owner-operator, by the way, and you're looking for someplace decent who will treat you decent and are completely transparent, you get the exact rate cons. You know exactly what the loads are paying. So if you ever have any questions about Turquoise, call them directly. And if you need to talk, you want to talk to me about them, give me an email at clutchtrucker@gmail.com, and I'll give you contact so we can talk about that. So just FYI. But I've been with them over 4 years. I've been really happy with them, and I have no reason to go anywhere else. So there's my little commercial for the guys I work for at Turquoise Trucking. Okay, now back to doing something, now that I'm finally feeling a little bit more human tonight. Oh, FYI, pretty freaking cold tonight. Here's proof. I don't think I had shown at the end of my last video, because I stopped it before I put those brackets up in place, and before I bolted this panel through this wall here, through this beam. It ain't going anywhere. I'll probably cut those down with my grinder so they don't stick out as much. Still have plenty of room for my inverter in here, but use that threaded bolt in the ceiling and that bolt that was already in the wall that was holding up the old cabinet. So I put that in place. And at least tonight, if nothing else, I got this one, which is painted on this side. Follows the curve up in the ceiling. Had to use the jigsaw for that. And I used one of my make-your-own brackets right there and screwed against the wall. And I used the other make-your-own bracket up here because I needed them to be right at the corner. And I went ahead and put in 2 screws on each bracket there into the board, so it's now firmly in place. I'll grab the other bracket tomorrow and go ahead and put it right there, so it'll be held in 3 points. And you can see it's all braced in the middle because it's 2 separate boards to make this one that's this big, but I needed solid boards that we're going to hold up the inverter, which is going to slide right in there. Alright, and then I'll have an upper shelf above that for whatever else I can put up there. I used to have 2 boxes that were on this side that held utensils and stuff like that, so probably the bottom shelf is going to be right here. I'll probably just go ahead and put the next shelf, since I have a cleat on this side essentially, and I'll put one over here, so the inverter will have plenty of room to breathe, and that'll be all be 1 shelf up there. I might make it into 2, we'll see. And I did buy some vent covers. I'm going to put holes in the back of the bottom shelf right back here, so 1 vent will be there. I'm going to put holes on the side here and cover that up with another vent thing right there to give the inverter plenty of room to breathe, and that'll just cover it up and make it look a little bit nicer. So as I'm trying to feel better tonight, at least I got something else done. The side walls for that cabinet are now up in place, attached to the ceiling in the back wall, and we'll go ahead and put the bottom shelf on. And I think I might use, I have a little bit of that buttoned vinyl stuff left that's padded, but I might put on the bottom there, because here's my toilet, and if I come up too quick and hit my head, let's make it padded. What do you think? Alright, so I was trying to cut the boards, and it's boards too, because it's too long to be wide enough for 1 board, so I have to do 2. And well, I'm glad I got my Turquoise Trucking hoodie here, because it's freaking cold out there. So I was out there cutting and got those 2 boards ready, so I can bring them in and put them in place here. And then I'm going to cut the vinyl button stuff to go up underneath that, so I don't have to paint these boards. I will have to paint the front edge that you see, but that'll be about it. So it's just so freaking cold out there, I have to jump back in here and warm up a little bit. Well, I think that's where I'm going to call this video. I'm going to keep working a little bit, but as I always say, it takes me an hour to edit, an hour to upload the video, so while it's uploading, I'll keep working on some stuff here. I got to paint that front edge of that board that's going to be seen, at least until I get the door on. But when you open the door, at least you'll see the painted edge. So I got to paint that edge tonight. Paint's still in here inside the truck where it's warm, so I can do that. And I'll cut the vinyl to the right length, and then I think I'll wait until tomorrow, because I got to paint that front edge of the 1 board. Got to drill the holes for the venting for the inverter on that one, and on the board that I've just put up here, right there behind my thumb. So we'll finish all that out tomorrow. I'll document the rest of that stuff in video tomorrow. But as far as the video goes tonight, that's where we're going to stop. So there you go. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Not a lot to see, but you know, I had to just get something done after feeling so lousy for a couple days. Yeah, it's cold out here, Rusty. It's real cold. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment. I get to your comments usually within 24 hours while doing this project. There's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. I haven't put anything on there for a while, but I'll be putting stuff on there again soon. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Hey, balloons! These blow up into funny shapes and all? Well, no, not unless round is funny. Well, thought it was recording, but it wasn't when I started, so he already grabbed it and is down, eating his bacon strip bounty. And the happy dog, we just see the top of his head as he eats here. So do we get a happy dog look, Rusty? Come on, give us the happy dog look. I think you got it all, buddy. Look up here. Rusty! You got it, buddy. Look up here, Rusty. We want to see your face, not the top of your head. Rusty, come on, look up here. You got it.